On Magazine is sitting with Cameron Ellis at the home of the Marks Park Mustangs baseball team. Cameron, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start off with, how did you get involved in baseball?
You know what, my dad played baseball for his country when he was my age. So when I was about 10 years old, he took me down to the baseball field, Randburg Mets. And I don't know, ever since then, just stuck with it since 2005.
So who has been your support base? Who has helped you along the way?
I can't say thank you enough to my parents. My boss that I'm working for at the moment, he's helped me tremendously with regards to work, sponsors, studying. Damlin has also helped me a lot. And also my girlfriend, she's also been there for me from the beginning, as well as my friends.
Who would you say your role models are?
My role models, probably the main one would be a man by the name of Gifting Gope. He's currently playing baseball in America for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He grew up on the side of a baseball field, Randburg Mets as well. That's where I first met him, and I've always looked up to him as a young kid.
Tell us now, baseball is obviously a marginalized sport in South Africa. It's not one of the most popular sports in South Africa. What are the problems that baseball faces in South Africa, and how would you go about fixing them?
You know what, there's a lot of challenges that South African baseball faces. I think the main one would be that there's not really enough money involved. Secondly, it's a really tough sport to start, especially as a kid. When you don't know the rules and stuff, it's a boring game to watch. It's a boring game to learn. But once you know the rules and you start playing, it's really a great game.
Major League Baseball in America has a Major League Baseball Africa Camp, I'm sure, every year. You were involved with it for 2 years. What are your thoughts on overseas competitions or organizations coming over to assist with development of baseball in Africa?
You know what, I went to the MLB camp in 2012, 2013, and those were just the beginning camps. They still have one every year, at the end of every year. We've probably signed about 3-4 players. Major League Baseball teams have signed 3 or 4 South African baseball players. So there is a lot of talent in the country. So with them coming over to the country, it really does help us. It also benefits them because they find a lot of players that can benefit them as well.
Cameron, you were involved with the under-18 men's baseball team that played in Great Britain in 2013, and earlier this year you were part of the under-23 team that competed in the World Cup in Mexico.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that experience of playing against international opposition overseas. You know, how do our South African teams fare overseas against international opposition?
First of all, it was my first time overseas, so that was great. You know what, facing the pitching overseas it was very overwhelming at first. You're facing a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, which is what the people in the major leagues are facing. So at first it was tough, but I think overall, as South Africa, we're not too far off them. I think if we can face that type of pitching, we can compete.
Cameron, let's talk a little bit about your aspirations in baseball. Where do you want to go with the sport?
At the moment, I'm just seeing where it takes me, but my main goal is to play baseball overseas, and like I say, see where it takes me. When I first left school, when I was still in school, I really wanted to become a professional baseball player, but I've found new things in life that I've been enjoying a lot, and yeah, like I say, wherever it takes me.
Cameron, you are a role model and an inspiration yourself for the younger baseball players. If you had a special message for them, what would you say to them?
Don't give up on your dreams.
Game On Magazine would like to take this opportunity to thank Cameron so much for spending some time with us today. It's been an absolute privilege.
Thank you.